Paving this shit crank.
Hey you guys, what's going on tonight? You know what? I want to talk about this story. And it says that this man was arrested for contempt after publicly referring to his biological daughter as she during her gender transition. You know, it's been a lot of controversy with this because you have parents that wish that they had the opposite sex child, and then they start encouraging their child at a very young age to change the gender in which they are. If you want a little girl, go adopt a little girl. Don't take away that child's right to live a life of whatever gender they decide they want to live. That's not fair. You know, we have Gabrielle Union. You know, it's said that she encouraged Dwayne Wade's son to turn into a young lady. I don't know the name. I just remember the baby as a boy, so that's why I said he. Now you have growing up jazz. Somewhere along the line, a child doesn't know what they want to be and who they want to be. They have no concept. So I feel like these people are encouraging these babies to change their gender. And I don't think it's fair, because what happens if later on, after all the hype and all the excitement and all the encouragement, the push and everything, you decide that you no longer want to identify yourself as the sex that you chose? I read a story. It was an older Caucasian man, and he wanted to go ahead and do a sex change. Caitlyn Jenner wanted to do a sex change back to being a male, but this particular person wanted to go back to being a male as well. And I'm going to speak a little bit before I read the story. So the person was really sad, crying, and stated that, you know, I allowed myself to be hyped up, pumped up and everything. And now that the hype and the pumping up is over, I regret the decision that I made when I changed my sexuality from a man to a woman. And I will never be the same. Sure, they can put what they call a man part down there, but it will never be the same as my man part. It's easy for them to create a female part out of a man part, but it's not successful taking that female part that they created and creating it back into that man part, because there's so many things that are removed that you can't replace. So, like I said, man arrested for contempt after publicly referring to his biological daughter as she during her gender transition, you guys. Oh, wow. Why are these people making it so difficult? A Canadian father was arrested this week for violating a court order barring him from publicly discussing his child's gender transition. And I think that he has a right. He's the father. He should have a lot to say. He should be able to say what he wants, because if it wasn't for him, she wouldn't have been pregnant. So I think that he does have a right to speak out and say that he does not agree with what is going on. The man was found to be in contempt of court and arrested Tuesday for referring to his daughter, who is a biological female but now identifies as a male, using the pronouns she and her, according to the New York Post. I don't understand what's so bad about a father wanting to address his daughter. That's his daughter, you know. The father, Robert Hoagland, sued the child's mother after learning that she had allowed the teenager to begin transitioning into a male. Hoagland and the mother are currently separated. Local media outlets are reportedly banned from using Hoagland's name in order to protect the identity of the child, who is reportedly 15 years old. This is absolutely sad. This man is fighting for his child, and you have people telling you that you can't tell your daughter that she's a daughter, but she's a he. That's not fair. People need to stay up out of people's business. Hoagland has made his objection to the gender change clear, and the court had ordered him to refrain from speaking out in public or to the media on this issue. You guys, I'm reading something totally different on my phone, so if it seems like I'm not putting all the words together, it's because I have my phone too. I just want you guys to read along. Deeming any effort to do so as a form of family violence. So you mean to tell me if he speaks out and says that my daughter is my daughter and that's not a son, that's a form of family violence? I don't get it. It's just stupid. It's really stupid. You know, if that's what the mom wants to do it to yourself. Don't encourage your child, who is still developing mentally and just beginning to know who they want to be. This is the problem. They do this, and a lot of these people end up with depression. They end up with mental illnesses, anxiety, and all these different things that they didn't have before. So Hoagland wrote on a GoFundMe page raising money for his defense that the legal issues could land me in jail for up to 5 years for speaking truth about state-sponsored child abuse, and said he is blocked from sharing any videos at this time that oppose the sterilization of children. Wow. And that's pretty much what it is, because if all the little girls are turning into little men, who's gonna have the babies? If all the men are gay and don't want a woman, where the baby's gonna come from? What happens when the bubbles explode and the delusion ends? Hoagland said in an interview, she can never go back to being a girl in the healthy body she should have had. These kids don't understand what kind of 13-year-old is thinking about having a family and kids. This is crazy. How you gonna tell somebody that their child, you can't tell your child not to have a sex change? This is the problem that we're having, and this is a problem that I see that's going to continue and get bigger and bigger. So you guys, I'm going to call it a day, and I will talk to you in the next video. You know what to do. Talk to you later. Bye.